Hello space enthusiast, very welcome to our new video related to rocket science. Today we will discuss on what are the different kind of engine cycle which is used in the rocket engine. So let's start. So in the previous video we discussed about the solid propulsion. That means how a solid propulsion is used in the rockets and why it is not used. There are the many pros and cons we already discussed. So if you not watch that video, then first watch that, and after that you can continue here. So today we discussed on the different kind of propulsion system or different kind of propulsion cycle which is used in the rocket engine. Majorly two kind of cycle is used. First one is the pump fed system and other one is the pressure fed system. So today we only discussed about the pressure fed system, and especially we discussed about the pressure regulating system, which is the one of the part of the pressure fed system. No doubt pressure fed system consists three different kind of cycle. First one is the pressure regulating system, another one is the blow down mode, and last but not least it is the hot gases mode. So now let's start with the very basic thing. So first question is arise in your mind is that why we use the higher pressurized fuel and oxidizer? Why we are using the different kind of cycle? Why this cycle named as the pressure fed system? Right. So this kind of questions is maybe arise in your mind. So let's clear each and every doubt of your question. First, why we are using the high pressurized fuel and oxidizer? So it required very basic understanding, and that is if we are using the higher pressurized fuel and oxidizer, then what's happened? So first, as per the thermodynamics law, PV is equal to mRT. That means if our pressure is higher, then temperature is directly proportional to pressure. So that's why our temperature of the fuel and oxidizer is also higher. So once our pressure is higher, then temperature is higher. And what indicate the temperature? Temperature is the one of the kind of the energy. So once we pressurized our fuel and oxidizer, we are indirectly or directly increasing the energy of the fluid. Now, as per the law of the universe, every substance remains its in a minimum condition. So now our fuel and oxidizer having a higher energy. So in the simple term, we can say that they are in the higher energy state. And as per the universe law, every substance remains its in a minimum condition or minimum energy level. So they must have to diminish that higher energy. So now question is that how they diminish that energy in terms of the temperature, right? So to diminish the energy, they have to flow more and more. That means once we ignite the fuel and oxidizer into the combustion chamber, then they have to flow more, they have to cover the more distance through the nozzle, then and then they can diminish that energy. Because in the combustion chamber we are doing a thermodynamic process. That means we are adding the more heat. So now fuel and oxidizer, we can say that the propellant having a higher energy. So to diminish that energy, they have to flow from the nozzle to the atmosphere. So by doing this, by diminish that energy, we can get the higher exhaust velocity at the exit plane of the nozzle, or we can say that exit plane of the engine. So the higher exhaust velocity, that means it is one of the part of the force or thrust. Once we get the higher exhaust velocity at the exit plane of the nozzle, then our thrust is higher. So that's what we required. Because once you design your rocket engine, what is your ultimate goal? To achieve the higher thrust, right? So now I hope you clear that why we are using the pressurized fuel and oxidizer. So let's talk about the today's cycle, that is pressure regulating cycle. Now you all know that why we are using the higher pressurized fuel and oxidizer. But now how we are pressurize the fuel and oxidizer? This is the big question, right? So now we also discussed that how can we pressurize fuel and oxidizer? So if we talk about the pressure regulating system, then name suggests itself means we have to regulate our pressure. So how can we regulate our pressure? First thing is that we have to maintain the higher pressure, and in the pressure regulating system we have to use the another pressurant, and the pressurant is maintain the pressure on the fuel and oxidizer. So to store the pressurant, we have to use the another fuel tank, or we can say the pressurant tank. So you can see that here is the one pressurant tank. That means we are poured or we are filled the pressurant. Which kind of pressurant we can use? So we can use the helium, neon or hydrogen. Why we are only use this pressurant? Why we are not using the another one? So the thing is that when we are using the lower molecular gases, let's say the helium, neon or hydrogen, then all over mass of the pressurant tank plus pressurant is less. And if we are using the higher molecular gases, let's say the xenon, argon, krypton, then what's happened? It increasing the more weight. So all over weight of the engine is increases. It will affect to the payload capacity. That's why we are using the lower molecular gases. But majorly helium and neon are used. Hydrogen is not used. Why? Because at the very higher temperature, hydrogen is react with the contact element. So that's why we are not using the hydrogen. So now how a pressure regulating system is work? So as I said that we have to pour pressure into the pressurization bottle, and after that as per our requirement we have to regulate the pressure into the fuel and oxidizer tank. So why we are regulate the pressure? Why we are not supplying the constant pressure into the fuel and oxidizer? Reason is that the mixture ratio. So for the any engine, mixture ratio is different. Ratio depends on the which kind of fuel and oxidizer are you used. So if we use the hydrogen and oxygen, or we can say that the hydrolox mixture, then we have to maintain the 8:1 ratio. That means when we supply the 8 gram of oxygen, then we have to supply the 1 gram of hydrogen. So now you see that the mixture ratio is different. That's why we have to regulate the pressure. Through this valve, we can distribute the pressurant. After that, once we supply the enough pressurant into the fuel and oxidizer tank, it will maintain the pressure into the fuel and oxidizer, and that's what we required. And after that, the fuel and oxidizer is directly supplied to the combustion chamber. Igniter will ignite this mixture, and after that it's expand through the nozzle and we can get the thrust. So this is the very simple cycle. Means as per our requirement we have to regulate the pressure and we can generate the thrust. So now why this cycle is not widely used? So first thing is that every engine having a constant pressure into the combustion chamber. Once you design your rocket engine, first you have to decide the pressure into the combustion chamber. So how we are maintain the higher pressure into the pressure regulating system? By flowing the pressure into the fuel and oxidizer, right? So let's say now your engine having 100 bar of pressure. That means 100 bar of constant combustion chamber pressure. So to maintain that much amount of pressure into the combustion chamber, we have to supply the more and more pressurant into the fuel and oxidizer tank. After that, the fuel and oxidizer are supplied into the combustion chamber and we can get the thrust. So in simple term we can say that if combustion chamber pressure is increases, then the mass of the pressurant and pressurant tank is increases. That's why this cycle is not widely used, because if your combustion chamber pressure is higher, then you have to use the more and more pressurant, and if you use the more and more pressurant, then what's happened? It will increase the all over mass of the rocket, and it is directly affected to the payload mass. So that's why we are not using this cycle at the higher pressure ratio engine. But yeah, we can use this cycle in the lower pressure ratio engine, let's say 0 to 70 bar. But after the 70 bar we cannot use this cycle. Why? We already discussed this thing earlier. So hope you learned something new from this video. Hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, we will discuss on the another two cycle, and that is blowdown mode and hot gases mode. So bye for now. We will meet with the another topic of the rocket science. Stay safe, stay healthy.